once I saw that it was Dallas getting the number one pick, no, I wasn't thinking that the league is rigged. It's just a crazy coincidence. People are really spending time talking about controversies and the league is rigged and stuff. And it's like, at the end of the day, who cares? Like, which one of y'all has the time and energy to even prove it? So, like, I'm never even considering that. But really, what I just think of is the insane coincidence that it is, honestly. And maybe coincidence is putting it lightly, given that they had like a 1.9% chance of getting the number one pick, but it happened. And yeah, it's an extreme, crazy, cosmic irony that it's Dallas after what went down this season with them trading Luka. Listen, my first thought was that they would be and maybe should be looking to shop the number one pick, given that we know that Giannis is out there and assumed to be available based on reports. And at least you can offer something for Giannis, knowing that apparently it's up in the air whether or not he wants to stay in Milwaukee. So the door is open there. So with Giannis available, with Kevin Durant available, the idea of having the number one pick in itself is obvious. I mean, it's a rare commodity. It makes you feel like you have a lot of power, a lot of ability just as a franchise and even in the fan base. Like, no matter who the projected number one overall pick is, when you're the fan of a team with the number one pick, you just you feel confident, you feel powerful. You have a lot of leverage on your side, and more likely than not, you're going to get a good to great to generational player with the number one pick. So there's obviously plenty of stock in that. It's reported already that Dallas is not looking to shop the pick. They are looking to draft Cooper Flagg, and they're looking forward to drafting Cooper Flagg as a future possible, foundation for their franchise. Now, where I can understand that is that Cooper Flagg is he's a highly touted prospect. I've seen him a good amount. I don't have like a crazy feel for his game, but I get the sense that he's going to be a very good player. I've talked to people who know his game, who have seen him since high school and AAU. And obviously he's had more film out there. He got a chance to bump with Team USA in Paris on like the practice squad, and people were talking highly of him out of there. So given his size, his versatility, it looks like he's going to be a good player. I don't know how good or how great or how quickly, but it looks like he's going to be a player for sure. Like, are they that high on Cooper Flagg where they're not even thinking about offering up that number one pick in a deal for Giannis or for Kevin Durant? Like, you're not even thinking about that yet? Because where I get it is that there are two things that make me get it. One, Cooper Flagg is a legit prospect, and now he's your future. You kind of lost your future with Luka. Not lost, you gave him up, literally gave him away for reasons that they feel are justified. And now you have, you've got AD, you've got Kyrie, Clay, like you've got guys, but you don't have like your franchise guy for the next 10 years, like your foundation guy. That was supposed to be Luka. With him gone, having a new guy in there that's now the new, like you're kind of starting over with a new guy who you can build around as your foundation for the future. I understand it from that standpoint, especially if you're really high on Cooper Flagg and you think he's going to be that good. So I would get that. I also get, based on my, pretty limited but like somewhat solid understanding of who Cooper Flagg is as a basketball player and his game, he's a known two-way player. He plays high level on both ends, high activity guy, high motor guy, good athlete. Like he plays defense and he is productive and versatile on offense. He's going to be a legit two-way guy. And that certainly checks out for the reasons why they let go of Luka, in that they want two-way guys. They want players who can defend. And so in that sense, I can understand why Cooper Flagg might be their guy. I'm just still curious if I guess I'm thinking about it between, are you more excited about having a number one pick and it being Cooper Flagg and him being the future of your franchise? Or would you be more excited? Would it make more sense? Would it be more reasonable more short term, obviously, if you swung for a Giannis or a KD, which obviously creates a little more pressure, you'd have more of like a 1 to 2 year championship window realistically. So I think it would be a little more risky to go that route. I just feel like with Cooper Flagg, I mean, it's probably enough. Like, that's probably enough to have fans at least excited for the future. And again, I think he's going to be pretty good. So, I mean, I think he'll pan out. I still was just a little back and forth on like, you're not even going to make offers. You're not going to take calls. You're not going to, with KD out there and with Giannis out there, with guys available, like, you're not even going to consider it when you have Kyrie, AD, PJ Washington. Like, you have the makings of, you know, possibly at least a conference title contending team. And if you plug in another like real legit proven, you know, star wing guy, maybe that rounds out your roster, makes you feel like more of a championship team. I don't know how good Dallas will be right away with Cooper Flagg, with a healthy Kyrie, with a healthy AD. I think that team could be interesting and competitive. Cooper Flagg is going to get plenty of reps. I think he fits in just as an athlete. I think he's going to be pretty positionless and be able to operate in different places on the floor. So they'll be able to plug him, and I think he'll contribute right away. But I just don't know if it seems like they're good with having their future secured. And, you know, maybe next year they make the playoffs, whatever, but there's going to be no pressure. They're going to continue to build around this kid and see where the chips fall. And that seems enough for them. I just felt like when you have that number one pick and you're Dallas, and that's the part I was thinking about, where like losing Luka wasn't just losing a generational player. You lost your chance at competing for championships. Like, you were in the finals last year. So again, I understand the risk of like a win now move, which is like trade the number one pick, you know, whatever, maybe another pick you might have, and like several players, good rotation players, and offer that up for like a KD or a Giannis. I still think Dallas is just good with like, okay, we're resetting. We're not just going to go all in on like, we're trying to compete for a championship right now. I think they're more prioritizing the future and having possibly one of their foundations for the future, their new foundations, which again is kind of like the opposite of what Luka was. Like Cooper Flagg, I mean, he's not going to be a Luka. His game is not a Luka, but he's got a little more to him. He's just, you know, better athlete, more of a two-way guy, little more versatile. So I just think it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, because I feel like you should at least be taking calls. You should at least have some ideas about, hey, do we go after, do we try something? Do we at least say, what's up? Like Milwaukee, like, do you like this? You want the number one pick? Like Phoenix, like, what are you looking for? I mean, to not at least make calls and think about it. I don't know. I feel like that should at least be on the table, but it seems like there's enough excitement around number one pick, Cooper Flagg, the kind of player he is, that they don't seem to be looking to shop the pick and upgrade their roster with another star level guy who can bring back kind of the championship expectations back to Dallas that quickly. It seems like they're good with kind of starting from scratch with a new young kid. And look, again, they have a good team. You plug in Cooper Flagg. He's not going to be the guy, a superstar guy right away, but I think he'll be in the mix. He'll be another one of those wing forward guys that Dallas has that can do different things for them. So, yeah, it looks like they're prioritizing more long-term now for the future. We'll keep building and figuring it out. And that's how we bounce back from giving away Luka, as opposed to trying to put together our own little super team and trying to make a title run that way. It seems like that's their priority, at least for now. You clearly love basketball enough to have watched this video, so make sure you're subscribed to Basketball Society right here on YouTube and don't miss out on our weekly conversations.